There's some very new regulations which are scaring the living daylights out of a whole lot of people, and it's all about responsibility if something happens on your farm.
Yeah, Rob, they have been, and we've seen quite a proliferation of new inquiries from the farm, from dairy and our dry stock farmers coming in and wanting to get some information on just how these new rules are going to affect them, and probably more importantly, how can they put radio onto the farm to make things better for them in the unlikely event or something happening on the farm. Yeah.
Tell us exactly what it is that's caused the problem.
There's been a spate, as you well know, of accidents over the years, and the cost has been quite substantial to the taxpayer and ACC payments, and cost to farmers and owners, time off the farm with workers and so on. And of course the worst case scenario, we lose farmers. We're losing a farmer every 3 weeks in New Zealand, and we've had over 100,000 claims to ACC for farm injury, on-farm injury and logging and so on. So it's fair to say that we're in a high risk category, and we can help mitigate those risks by putting good quality communications on the farm, but also make the farm more efficient. We're very much focused on making the farmer more money and helping to alleviate costs. The cost through the courts, if you are found negligent? Negligent, yeah. Well, look, we just finished, as you were there at the field days, a fantastic event we had. We had a health and safety, independent health and safety advisor in our stand. Some of the numbers were just absolutely mind-blowing, but if you take the extreme or the higher sort of level, we're talking $3 million basically to potential fine to a business, to a company, farm, doesn't matter if it's a farm or contractor. Some of the fines are around the $100,000 mark, just for failing to provide the right safety gear to your employees in the natural course of your business as a farmer. So that's things like helmets and air protection, but also communication. Absolutely. Look, if you've got a guy out on the back of the farm and you can't talk to him, that's a scary proposition. We've got to know where all of our guys are on the property, for safety and just for efficiency. If we don't want to be driving all over the farm looking for the Waratah rammer when we can get it delivered to us by someone else. But the farm safety side is extremely important. We're seeing a massive proliferation in on-farm accidents, and a lot of those can be averted or the effects of that mitigated by simply just having good communications on the farm. It's as simple as that, and that's what we do at Te Ao Pāka. Because that's actually the crux of it in so many cases. I mean, this new OSH, the rules and regulations, the $3 million through the courts, that's the fine, that's not retribution. No, that's the fine. So they've changed the way that the complaints are dealt with, or the offences, as they call them now, are dealt with. So the action's now taken through the district court, which means that the farmer has to, or the employer, the owner of the business has to employ a lawyer and defend himself or the business itself against a prosecution by WorkSafe or whatever the case may be. So it's got it's got more efficient on one hand, but it's got very scary on the other for business owners. The responsibility level's gone, I suppose, similar to what's happened in the logging industry, where they've had to really take a good hard look at themselves as far as what they do and how they provide what they provide to their workers and to their team. And it's not the hurt person who does the prosecution. They don't have to make a complaint. The department does. That's right. So basically, the worker, if the worker's injured and there's negligence on behalf of the owner or the manager, because now the manager is equally as liable. So, for example, you're a milking manager, you're a farm manager, contract milker, whatever the case may be, you're as liable as the owner. So, in the past it was all sort of dealt through ACC and so on, but that's changed, and that's something that we're spending a lot of time trying to help farmers, mitigate those effects. And I know WorkSafe, we've had good talks with those guys over the last few months, and they are in total agreement with us that if we can provide the means to give farmers and workers the opportunity to communicate in a good way, they're going to look more favourably on an incident should it happen.
Some of the new gear it even knocks out the background noise.
Yeah, we had a great example of that at the field days. We had the new wireless device which Motorola released just a few months ago. Now that basically gives the farmer the ability to walk away from the vehicle with his 15-20 watt unit in the vehicle, walk away up to 100 metres, fix a fence, check the irrigation, free some stock that might be caught up, or whatever the case may be, and still maintain contact with that powerful mobile unit that's in the tractor or the truck, and back to the base or the other workers. So should something happen, say he's away from the vehicle, and we had a farmer just the other day come in, had slipped over and busted his leg and hurt his back. Now the radio, perfect. He was able to call back and get some assistance. So yeah, it makes a hell of a difference. The other thing that this new device is great at is it suppresses background noise. So if you're working next to a guy with a chainsaw or an angle grinder or in the milking shed or a tractor or harvester, whatever the case may be, this device suppresses all that noise so you can still communicate very effectively. It's a great wee device.